Hey guys, OBF back here, and you guys know what time it is. Christmas has just come to an end. There's only a couple more days left until the new year. What better time than now to do my top 15 Vans video? I know there's not going to be anything coming out, at least I'm pretty sure, in the next couple days, so I think it's safe to say that this has concluded the Vans releases for 2015. So without further ado, top 15 Vans of 2015. Start off here with number 15, the Steven Allen OG Style 36. This is a collaboration between Vans Vault Originals and Steven Allen, a high-end fashion boutique based out of New York, dropping two shoes, the OG Style 36 and the Skate High LX. Very subtle shoe. You got that very, very dark blue navy on this corduroy material here, which you can barely even see. Basically looks like a black and white shoe. Super dope design. Can't go wrong with the Style 36. Of course, the black and white colorway being highly wearable. And then that corduroy material, just amazing. Love corduroy. At number 14 here, we have the Zio Ziegler Authentic. These guys released back in March. One of the few general releases that I have on my top 15 list. I was drawn towards this shoe as soon as I saw it. As soon as I saw the promo pics about a month or so before they actually released. And I thought the shoe was just insane. This is not a shoe that I typically go for, a shoe that's this loud, but I really dug the kind of 90s nostalgia of the shoe, all the patterns on it. And the fact that each shoe was cut differently, I thought that was pretty awesome. Definitely an easy wear for me, even though this shoe is pretty crazy. Just a nice pair of black pants, and you can really wear this with anything. Can't go wrong on an Authentic. At number 13, we have the Takahashi Court Low in the Phantom colorway. These guys released alongside the Pendleton collaboration back in November with Taka. This is a shoe that I haven't done a review on yet. It is my latest pickup, but it's definitely one that I fell in love with the second I saw it. I thought it was an amazing colorway. I think the Phantom colorway is probably my favorite color of the year. I know with the OG Skate Highs, I had to have them, the Phantom OG Skate Highs. They also released those OG Eras, and I think what they called lead color, or whatever it was basically the same thing. It was an all Phantom blue OG Era, which is really dope. Still got to pick those up. But this powder, like steel blue color, known as Phantom, it's just an amazing color. And it really works well with the black. Especially the materials on this shoe, the nubuck and the leather. Such a clean shoe. This is the first pair of Court Lows that I've owned, and it's just a really good looking shoe. The fit isn't exactly what I would have wanted, considering I have a wider foot, and I do feel a little bit of pressure right around the pinky area, but nevertheless, this is such a clean looking shoe. Definitely an easy choice on my top 15. At number 12, we have the California Skate High Reissue Zip MTE Top Offer. Definitely the longest name on my list. This is a shoe that I was kind of iffy about at first just because of this tongue. I thought the shoe was a great looking shoe, but it could really do without that crazy tongue. It's just a little over the top for me. And it turns out that the tongue is removable. So once I found out that I can just take this off and have this beautiful black and white MTE Skate High Zip, I thought, of course I'm going to grab this shoe. This is definitely the most wearable MTE that I've seen to date. You just can't go wrong with black and white, especially with that all black tonal upper and that solid white midsole. Just a super clean shoe. Love the materials on it. Love the suede, the canvas here, that waxed canvas, and of course that nice fleece interior. Can't go wrong with that. This is the first time that they ever did a zip Skate High MTE, so I was super psyched about that. Just the best of both worlds, and this was definitely an easy choice for me on my top 15. At number 11, we have the Vans California Dylan, I believe in the olivine colorway. These guys made their debut back in July, releasing alongside I think two different colorways. And this is kind of a spin-off of an older model, which originally released through the Syndicate line called the Zero Low, later changed the name to the Saline, and now we have the Dylan. The Dylan is the same shoe, except they took off the ollie pad that was on the side to really give it an even more simplistic look, as if the Zero Low wasn't already a simplistic looking shoe. So definitely a cool design, a very easy to wear shoe. Kind of has that derby style silhouette with the long toe box here, and you got that really nice toe cap on the front to give it a little something extra. The olivine color, definitely my favorite of the three. This is a color that I did not have in my collection that I can think of. And I really do love olive, so this was an easy grab for me. Plus, I love the fit on this shoe. Fits really well with somebody with a wider foot, and it looks super clean with anything. At number 10, we got the Vans Vault Originals OG Skate High LX in the Pirate Black colorway. This is definitely a no-brainer for my top 15 list. I wore this shoe so many times. It's just such an easy shoe to wear with the whole black and white color concept. And then, of course, these premium materials with that premium leather upper and that premium nubuck. And then you just can't beat that OG Skate High silhouette. Probably the best OG silhouette in my opinion. Now, the real tough decision came between picking the Pirate Blacks over the Andy Kesslers, which released roughly around the same time. As you can see, it features the same kind of material combination with that nubuck and premium leather and the whole black and white theme of the shoe. I think I just wore the Pirate Blacks a lot more, considering it had the tonal stitching and the tonal laces. It was just such an easy shoe to wear. But the Andy Kessler is definitely coming in up there. It's just when you pick between the two, I had to go with the Pirate Blacks. Just a super clean shoe and a very comfortable shoe at that. Taking it back a little bit earlier on in the year with a March release, we have the Vans Vault x DQM Brownstone Skate High 46LX coming in at number 9. This particular colorway, I think it was a red brick Brooklyn Brownstone, was one that I could not pass up. A color that you don't see very often, and I think the combination with this like grayish taupe color was just perfect. These two colorways definitely blend together very nicely, and I really dug the whole material combination on the upper of the shoe. You have the suede, the pig suede, which is scotch guarded, the canvas, or whatever this is, like a linen material, and then you have that really nice nubuck there with that touch of leather. Just such a great combo. Love the small details, the tortoiseshell eyelet, the tongue, the graphic under the tongue. Very dope. I think this shoe was really slept on, not sure why, but I'm just happy to have these in my collection. At number 8, we got the Vans Vault Old School Zip in the Andor colorway. This was an April release that released in the footsteps of the popular Blends Old School Zip, also releasing in a full grain leather upper. You had that zipper on the medial side of the shoe, which is definitely the main attraction of the shoe. But what really drew me towards this particular shoe was the colorway, this Andor colorway. A very nice looking leather, which ages very well. This is also a very comfortable shoe. I think these are a little bit more comfortable than the original old school Blends zips. So this was definitely an easy choice for me, and a shoe that really stands out in the collection. At number 7, we have the Skate High Pro in the black and white colorway. These guys released somewhere between June and July. I'm not exactly sure. Not much to say about this shoe. It's fairly simple. It's just your black and white Skate High that's been revamped for a skate lifestyle. So you do have that Duracap in the toe bumper. You have the extra padding on the insole as well as the collar of the shoe. Just a shoe that I really wore a lot. Is a super comfortable shoe. Love the added arch support on that insole with the new Pro specs. A very clean looking shoe at that. And I also love the lace option, giving you the black laces to give that tonal look. Very clean shoe. Number 6, we got the Vans California Skate Mid Mock in the tortoiseshell colorway. These guys released back in October alongside a black and an oyster gray color. This is definitely my favorite of the three. You can never really go wrong with the whole Native American aesthetic. It's something that Vans has been doing for quite a while now through the Takahashi line, through the All Skate line, through the Pendleton collaborations. It's something that we see all the time, but I really love how they threw it on the Skate Mid. I think it works really well, especially with the whole flap on the back. I love that they didn't cut it up, like give it the fringe. I think it looks really nice, just the one solid piece here. The color with this shoe is just awesome. It really speaks to the design of the shoe. That's why I think that this is probably my favorite color in the pack. I added some beads to it just to give it a little bit something extra. I love the lace tips on these, the wax laces, the minimal design without the tongue tag and the jazz stripes sewn in there. Just everything about this shoe is just awesome. The fact that it's scotch guarded, definitely a great design and one that I hope that Vans continues to build off of. Coming in at number 5, we got the Vans Vault x Takahashi Chukka-Gore LX in the dark camel colorway. These guys released back in May alongside a Turkish coffee colorway of the same model. This is a pack that a lot of people slept on, shops included. I can only think of about 3 or 4 shops that got these. And I'm not too sure why a lot of people hate on the Chukka silhouette. I think it's really grown on me since I've started collecting Vans, but I think that this is definitely my favorite Chukka silhouette to date. The Chukka-Gore with this extra gore piece added to it. It really gives it a nice touch. It really makes the shoe a little bit more classy in my opinion. And you gotta love those intricate Taka details throughout, the little triangle patterns, the nice lines on the gore there, the pull tab on the heel. Just a really clean looking shoe that you can really wear it with anything and wear to any event. I know I've worn these a couple times to fancier occasions. Got those leather laces. Super comfortable shoe, really great looking shoe. I hope they continue, or I hope Taka continues to release this particular model. Back-to-back Takas here. Coming in at number 4, we got the Vans Vault x Takahashi Skate Mid School LX in the brick colorway. This particular silhouette made its debut back last year with a set of 3 different colors, and I think it did so well that he decided to drop another set this year. And now we have the brick colorway as well as a black and white checkerboard colorway that released around the same time. These guys dropped in March of this year. I think the very first time I saw this shoe was when I saw Taka wearing them in a promo pic, or I saw him wearing them at some kind of Vans event. I originally thought it was a skate high. I thought it was the most amazing skate high I'd ever seen. And when I found out it was the Skate Mid School, I was even more psyched considering how much I liked last year's Skate Mid School. I knew I had to have these. This was a shoe that was a little bit harder for me to find when it originally dropped. I can only remember about 1 or 2 or 3 stores probably that had this shoe. And then I think a couple stores got them a little bit later on. But I did not want to miss out on these, so I grabbed them as soon as I could. Very happy about how this shoe came out. And I love that the tongue is actually roughly the same color as the rest of the shoe, unlike last year's. Anyways, love the whole pig suede upper. It's a very nice suede. The woven pattern is awesome, of course. And I really love the teal tongue tag here just to give the shoe a little bit of pop. Very dope shoe. Coming in at number 3, we got the Vans Vault x North Face Desert Chukka LX in the Hail Navy colorway. These guys released in October alongside a couple other colorways of the same model, as well as the Skate High MTE LX. Now, I loved every single shoe in this pack. I would have loved to have them all, but this is definitely the one that stood out to me the most. Originally, I had planned on grabbing the Skate Highs, but with everybody saying about how the fit was just too tight on them, I knew I had to pass on them. When I'm looking for a shoe, comfort is definitely the first thing that I need. So this shoe kind of answered everything on my checklist. It's very comfortable, it's practical, it looks awesome, and it's versatile. You can wear it with anything. So I was very happy to pick these up. I actually picked up a second pair of these because I knew I was going to wear these to the end until they were just destroyed. And I think this shoe has really gotten probably the most, if not the second most wear out of any shoe this year. I've probably worn these about 30 times now. And it still looks like it's in almost new condition. So I think this shoe really holds up very nice. It's a very durable shoe, and it's just super comfortable. The lining on the shoe is just incredible. It really keeps your feet nice and warm, but not to the point where you're sweating in them, which is a nice touch. Originally, I thought the shoe was a black and white shoe, which I told you guys in my review that the shoe was black and white. Later on, I found out that the Hail Navy colorway is not the color on the back, but it's actually this really dark blackish looking color on the front. Now it's really hard to see in this light. I think you can really get a better sense here with the laces. You can kind of see a little bit of the blue and the grain of the leather there. But it's a very nice, super dark navy, kind of similar to the Stephen Allen style 36s and how subtle it is. So very cool shoe, just keeps it a little bit unique with that colorway. Definitely one that a lot of people are sleeping on. I highly suggest this shoe to anybody, even if you're not somebody who's always going outdoors or who lives in a cold place. I still think this is a great shoe. At number 2, definitely my most worn pair of Vans this year. This is the Vans Vault Originals OG Slip-On LX in the black canvas colorway. These guys released somewhere around January or February of this year. And this is actually a reissue of a reissue. The original 80s one was the first one, obviously, and then you had the reissue of that dropping in 2012, which was the very first shoe of the Vans Vault Originals line. And then they reissued that earlier this year, but taking out the black foxing stripe that was on the midsole. So I think this is definitely my favorite variation of the shoe. It really kind of puts the shoe aside from the original classic slip-on with the black foxing stripe that you can find at any Vans store. And of course, you gotta love that blue Vans logo there on the flag. Keep it real OG. Just a super clean shoe that, I mean, obviously it's a black and white slip-on. You can wear this with absolutely anything and have it still be stylish. And the fit of the OG slip-on is just unmatched. It's just such a very comfortable shoe. I love that the tongue it doesn't come up as high as it typically does on a classic slip-on. It comes up to about there. So I love that it's lowered, gives you a nice show of the socks if you guys are trying to show off your socks or whatever. And just, like I said, a super comfortable shoe that you can wear with absolutely everything. And finally, my favorite pair of Vans to release this year, without a doubt, the Takahashi x Pendleton Classic Slip-On. These guys are modeled after the original Taka Pendleton collaboration from 2010. This time he changed up the wool patterns on the toe box as well as the side panels. Taka actually had a chance to design his own Pendleton blanket, which I was also lucky enough to grab, in which he took specific patterns from that blanket and applied them to the shoes, both the slip-ons and the skate highs. And I'm super psyched that he brought back the same silhouette. I love that toe bumper. It's definitely my favorite part of the shoe. It's something that you only see on a Taka shoe. Very cool. All the details on the shoe, I mean, it speaks for itself. It's just incredible. The whole concept of the blind box purchase was awesome. It really made the release fun, especially for us guys on Strictly Vans, or formerly Strictly Vans, now Strictly Waffles. And kind of just making unboxing videos, the reaction of people and what pattern they got was just, it was really fun. And I'm really excited that Taka brought back this silhouette, especially because so many people wanted the shoe. This particular silhouette, it was grails to many people. So for him to bring that shoe back and make it available for everybody was just awesome. I would also like to add that I think that this release is better than the original release, in my opinion. I know a lot of people are probably going to disagree with me on that, but honestly, I think that this shoe is way more wearable than the original Pendleton Taka slip-on, and it's definitely more comfortable than the original, with that whole insole being glued in as opposed to the PU sock liner that we saw with the original. So super psyched on that. I really love the design as well. The whole checkerboard toe box thing is just awesome. A really great looking shoe. I love the pattern that I got, the cream and blue checks. This is a shoe that I've been wearing almost every day for the past 2 weeks. Super comfortable and just definitely the dopest looking shoe of the year. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed my top 15 list. And until next time, peace.